out, Sportzmafia fans?
What's going on, guys?
Guys, we're back. How does it feel to be back, Carson?
Feels great, buddy.
Man, it's been one heck of a road. See y'all,
Stupid YouTube. Forget it.
stupid youth.
Forget it. I can see what you guys say over here.
So y'all may be asking, man, what's up with the belt? Well, my wife won the belt in our fantasy football league. She kicked all the guys' asses, man, so she is the queen of the Misfits now.
Yeah, she's the champ.
Man.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Very impressive.
Honey, we love you. Congratulations. You are the heart and soul of my life. Not of the show, but of my life, for sure. 100%.
To say the Bills-Cincinnati game kind of screwed up everything in fantasy, she still pulled through.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, guys, Damar Hamlin is getting a lot better 100% day by day. But, we do just hope and pray for him. There is also a Giants guy that saved two of his kids from the ocean, and he's in critical condition right now, man. So thoughts and prayers go out to Hillis and his family as he goes through some of the things that he was going through. He's in the hospital right now in ICU critical condition, but, hey, hopefully everything goes smoothly there than it did with Damar Hamlin. We just need God to do it one more time for us. Well, guys, let's hop right into the show. Karsten did this really super cool thing, man. We're going to have you guys look at it too. But first, guys, make sure that you're subscribed, and you turn on your notifications, because here's the thing. We're doing a giveaway. We're going to be giving away 2 signed autographed jerseys. That's going to be coming up on February 28th of 2023. The reason why is because it's I
think it's the 1 year.
It's 1 year, man. We've been doing it for 1 full year.
That seems pretty crazy.
That shit is crazy.
I feel like I did it later than that, but you know what? Maybe.
Nah, I still have it right there. Sportzmafia show day on the 28th.
Oh, yeah, because the calendar hasn't changed since I've been here.
I haven't changed it because I want to look at that every single day for motivation. Every day I look at it, man. So,
that's right.
Guys, we're going to be doing a giveaway. And if you guys all want to go ahead and, join and support us, just make sure you're subscribed. Make sure that you you comment, you follow along with the show, because we don't do it without you guys. And in order for us to do this full time, man, we need everyone's help. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. So what we're going to do is that we're going to talk about the awards for this year. We're going to talk about MVP, defensive player, offensive player, rookie of the year for the AFC, NFC. And then we're going to hop right into the playoff picture. And we're going to talk about the playoff picture. And then Carson did this super cool thing, man, that I think is going to help you, the viewers, see our side of everything of what we do. So we're going to show that as well. And we're going to go from here, man. Let's run it out. You ready?
Yeah, it's been a hell of a year.
Yeah, man, I say that. So
how do you feel about 17 games? I kind of miss 16 still. For records,
I like the week 17 because you get that extra game in for the teams that are almost there. So, like, for an example, the Bucs would have made it either way right now, but if they would have ended it and they would have took that loss to Carolina, who knows what could have happened? Sure. I don't think the Bucs would have been in it.
Yeah, but you could say, like, they should have figured all that out by week 16 as well. But,
yeah, true, 100%. I mean, I just feel like that when you end it on week 16, it's do or die moment. At least you have that one extra week to be like, all right, guys, look, we already clinched the playoffs. Now we can sit our starters, keep sure that they're healthy, because you don't know what could happen. I mean, they sat Tom Brady in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Because of that reason, and if the Chargers would have done that with Mike Williams, I feel like Mike wouldn't be coming into this Jacksonville game injured. So that's just kind of my thing. I feel like that, week 17 should be your final time. You're done. Cut it out. Let's just run it through. Let's hurry up and get the Super Bowl.
Most people probably would be on the board with an extra game. Yeah. I been waiting for the playoffs for a minute. But we're here. It's exciting. It's been a strange year for sure.
Yeah, man.
A good one. Don't get me wrong.
100%, man. It is time to get it rolling. So, guys, let's start off with the MVP race. The most valuable player. Right now we have Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Lamar Jackson is on this list, which I don't understand why he's always on this list. He
got one vote by someone who's probably a Baltimore fan.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. He doesn't surprise me. He's under 3,100 yards again.
I think Geno should be in that spot.
Geno should be in this spot. I give Jared Goff should be in this spot. I also say that what's that kid's name? Brock. Brock should be in this spot. I mean, even though he did start 5 games ago, but he is 5-0 in the running.
Yeah, you can't ever give it to anyone that's played 5 games in a season.
Yeah, man, but they were big 5 games to put them to where they need to be for the playoff seed. I mean, that's big enough. I mean, you have.
I'm already buckling in and watch the Niners burn in flames after they started a rookie QB. It's gonna be great.
Well, coming from a Seahawks fan, it's all the hate that you can get over there in that division.
Oh, 100%. And it's true.
I know. Well, so let me ask you this: Who is your take on your most valuable player? Who should have MVP, and why should they have MVP?
I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. I really don't think it's close. Had an incredible season. A lot of talk that he wasn't going to be the same without Tyreek. Boy, that didn't matter at all. Threw for 5,250 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. They got the number 1 seed overall. To me, it's clear day. I think you have to have team success to win MVP, and he definitely checked that box mark. I'm not saying this is the strongest field I've ever seen for MVP, but I think after it's all said and done, he's played every game. He has incredible stats. His team's rolling. I don't see how you give it to anyone else.
Well, so the thing that I look at is this: is that so Damar Hamlin goes down, and this is just my theory. What if they give it to him because he did win the game of life, is what the doctor said to him. I mean, the guy gets hit. They're doing CPR on him for 9 minutes. He goes to the hospital. They find out that he has a cardiac arrest, and everyone's worried, sick about this young man. And the next thing you know, he comes out, and the first thing he says when he writes it down is, "Yo, who won Monday night?" And the doctor looks at him and says, "Well, you won the game of life." What if the people decide to vote Damar Hamlin in? Would that surprise you, or?
Oh, it would shock me.
Would it really?
It would shock me completely. I hope the man does great. I mean, I hope he pulls through. It's really sad what happened, but this is a season award for the players that are some of the best players in the league. I don't think you can just give him MVP. Like I said, good story. I don't want to sound like, because it puts me in a spot sounding like I'm a hater or something along those lines. Like, nah, but no, it's got to go to one of the top dudes, in my opinion. That's what they play it for.
Well, Lamar Jackson isn't a top dude. And yes, Jim, I did say Brock. The reason why I said Brock was a joke because the Seahawk man is sitting here. But, I mean, I just don't think that Lamar Jackson deserves this at all. I think it should be Jared Goff. Should be in that spot.
I don't think there's any chance Lamar wins it. He might show up on this list for some reason, but there's no way he wins it. I think it's probably going to come down to Hurts and Mahomes, but I'm pretty sure Mahomes is going to wrap this thing up.
I really want to say this. Josh Allen has 10 votes right now, compared to Hurts and Patrick Mahomes is 6. I would like to see Jalen Hurts win because they said that he couldn't do it.
Sure. And it gave him a lot of motivation, and he had an awesome season.
He was
I'm not taking
8-0.
I'm not taking anything away from him.
And then he becomes 8-1 after they lose to the
Mahomes,
Commanders. But then he goes down, and everyone starts beating this Eagles team because he's not there. They would have probably only had one loss if Hurts was still there.
Problem with Mahomes, if most people, they're going to have voting fatigue, and it's not fair to him. He's, to me, clearly the best QB / best player in the league. I think it's wrong not to give it to Mahomes this year. He's done everything that you could possibly do. Has an incredible team. They're gonna roll again. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Kansas City's in the Super Bowl again this year.
100%.
And don't forget that conversation in the beginning of the year was all about him losing Tyreek Hill, and then Kansas City was going to lose a step. And
then they picked up
his
Juju
numbers
and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and they went and got Kadarius Toney, and they still have
he throws it to
Travis
anyone.
Kelce.
It doesn't matter. He's going to make it work. He's
but now
the best
he's
player
moving
in
the
football.
ball around. That's what I think is making him so much better, is that now he's focusing on the receivers that he has. He's not focusing on just one guy. This isn't the Cooper Kupp show over there at the Rams when Matthew Stafford is only throwing to Kupp the whole time, and you got Allen Robinson 25 yards deep, wide open. Like, that's the thing. The money tie situation, Miss Angie from Dana gave it to me for having a blowout last Dana event. She gave it to me for motivation, so I hang it up there for the reason of the motivation. I sold really, really well that day, and she gave it to me, and I will never take it down. I will stay with Sportzmafia forever, just like half of the stuff that's in here. That's not hung up or anything, just certain things that can fit. But my pick is Jalen Hurts. The reason being Jalen Hurts is because 8-0. They come up against Washington. They lose a close battle against Washington. He stays with the one loss all the way up to week 11 when he goes down and gets hurt. And then they start losing without him. Oh, I'm sorry. It was week 12. Was it week 12? No, it was week 11, I believe it was. And then they start losing. No, it was later than that. What am I talking? It was week 14 is when he got hurt. Then they started losing without him. Hurts is the heart and soul of that Eagles offense. Yeah, you have A.J. Brown. You have Miles Sanders. But I have to give it to Jalen Hurts.
Availability is the best ability, and Mahomes didn't miss a game.
I understand that he didn't miss a game, but Jalen Hurts took his team to the highest standard that these Eagles can play at. I think that the Eagles have a better shot at winning the Super Bowl with a healthy Jalen Hurts than a Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen. This Eagles team could win this Super Bowl, and I have to give it to MVP.
They definitely could win it.
I have to give it to Jalen Hurts. That's the guy who I want.
Now,
He's just been a blowout ever since. Since the first time he stepped on the field in this year. Averages 25 points per fantasy game.
he's had a great season. I'm not going to take that away from
25 points per
him.
fantasy.
MVP over Mahomes? No way. No way.
I'm going to have to say Jalen Hurts.
If I had to take a QB to start my team this year and given them what's happened this year, you'd be foolish to not take Mahomes.
I would honestly have to say I would rather take Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes. But then again, like, who are my receivers? Who, like what franchise am I starting with Patrick Mahomes? If you told me the Lions, I would rather have Josh Allen. But if you were telling me Miami, I would rather have Patrick Mahomes. If you're telling me Dallas, I would rather have Josh Allen. If you tell me that I'm going to the Chargers, I'd rather have Patrick Mahomes. Because I want to build those receivers, Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I'm not saying that they play like them, but they're similar body stature to them. And they also have Darnell Parham over there, that, not saying that he plays like Travis Kelce, but has the same body stature as Kelce. But he's a little bit bigger. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on who my receivers are, who is the team that I'm starting with. Then yes, Patrick Mahomes would probably be 75% of the league.
I don't see how you could pick anyone over him this year. To me, it's a clear runaway. It might have been close a couple of weeks ago, but he's really pulling away.
I mean, what does he have? 5,200 yards or something like that passing,
5,250
41 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. I think. Don't quote me. I saw that on ESPN.
I'm looking right at it.
Oh crap, he is looking. Okay, so 52. So I was right. 5,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Perfect, great. I know my stuff, I guess. I guess I know my stuff, man. But you're going with Patrick.
I'm always going Patrick, because especially
everyone's always going to go Patrick Mahomes.
How would you not? It's clear as day to me.
Bad.
Like,
I'm not saying that he's not. He's fantastic. He's probably right now. I think that he could be better than Tom Brady. Not with the Super Bowls, because we've only seen one. But the way how he's playing at a higher caliber than any quarterback we've ever seen play.
yes.
And that's taking a lot from Terry Bradshaw as well. But I'm just saying.
I mean, what is he, 4 or 5 years into his career, and he's already getting that MVP fatigue, because he's in it every year. No one wants to give it to the same guy every time, but he's well deserving. It's the same thing that happened to Jordan when he didn't win the MVP in '98, and they gave it to Karl Malone. Then he goes and smokes him in the playoffs, in the finals,
blows him out.
Yeah, so. To me, Mahomes is the best player in football. And he has been for the last couple of years, and he really cemented this year with, like I said, I think a lot of people are like, and me included, I didn't think they were going to be as good without Tyreek, and he was just like, screw you, I'm going to throw it to everyone.
He still has one of the best arms in the NFL. I mean, Lamar Jackson has a fantastic arm too.
There's not many guys you can look at, he's four or 5 years into his career, and you can already say he's probably almost a 99% lock to make the Hall of Fame already.
I agree. I think that Baltimore needs to get a veteran quarterback over there and have him come and talk to Lamar, because I think Lamar could be a fantastic quarterback. I mean, he has the arm for it. He has the arm strength. He has the accuracy. He has the deep ball ability. We've all seen it with Hollywood Brown. But with Lamar shouldn't even be in the MVP talk, shouldn't be talked in any single type of award. That's just me.
And kudos to Kansas City for signing him for a 10-year deal.
500-something million.
503 million. He's going to be worth every penny.
That's so crazy.
And the longer that contract goes, the higher the salaries are going higher, and you're going to get him at a bargain towards the end of this. So.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But now everyone is starting to ask for more money. It's like nobody wants to play anymore. Like in the beginning of the year.
They're always going to ask for more money.
I know, but that's the problem, though. All of these people should stop paying these players. I'm not saying it. And now hear me out before everyone starts freaking out and stuff. You want the DeMar jersey? Wyatt, I could get you one, man. I don't remember where I got this jersey at.
Is that the All-Star Game one?
No, this is the Chicago Bulls. Hold on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's I have some really cool jerseys. I just don't have enough space to put everything out. But the Mamba one is probably my second favorite next to that one. But anyways,
you're Hurts. I'm Mahomes.
Yep.
We can probably leave it at that.
Stop playing these players so much. They stopped playing.
I'm willing to bet.
Scary Terry pissed me off this year because he stopped playing.
I'm willing to bet Mahomes gets this one.
100%, I agree. Offensive Player of the Year. Man, let's look at this one. Tyreek Hill is number one with 13 votes. You got Derrick Henry with 5 votes. You have Jalen Hurts sitting with 3, Josh Allen with 2, Patrick Mahomes at 1. Offensive Player of the Year, I got to go Josh Jacobs. Like, everyone kept telling everyone that he's not a number 1 starter. He's not a number 1 back. He's proven, look, man, I hold the title. I don't know why Derrick Henry's on this list. He holds the title now for the most rushing yards in a single season this year. And I feel like that Josh Jacobs should most definitely 100% get it. The guy was a workhorse this year for Las Vegas when Las Vegas has absolutely nothing. So that's my pick. It should be Josh Jacobs.
I'm taking the front runner. I think Tyreek's had an awesome year.
Well, I'm not doubting it, but again,
I mean,
he's never had anybody doubt him.
As long as Tua was healthy, that was an unstoppable combo right there.
7 touchdowns. I mean, he's over 1,500 yards. So yeah, I can see it. But the running back position, I feel like that it honestly should be Josh Jacobs. I mean, Tyreek Hill is number 1 in receiving yards. Then it goes Stephon Diggs. Then it goes Justin Jefferson. So those are the top 3 receivers. But I don't know. I feel like that, everyone is always riding on Tyreek.
I think Jacobs had a great season, and his line's similar to Derrick Henry. But if I'm leaning Tyreek to win this one because of.
How many rushing yards did Josh Jacobs have? 1,600?
1,653.
So close to 1,700. I mean, still, for somebody who was 5'8", not even.
No, he had an incredible season.
Yeah.
What won't help him in the rewards category is that his team wasn't very good.
I agree. But I got to say Josh Jacobs. And you're taking Tyreek?
I'll take Tyreek on this one.
Okay.
I think he had an incredible season.
What do you think about the other 5
I think
picks?
if Tua doesn't go down as much as he did, he'd be over 2,000 when we're talking something totally different.
Oh, yeah. Then we're talking Offensive Player of the Year, MVP. We're talking every single award out there. But
I mean, he literally transformed Miami's offense, especially early on in the season.
Jalen Waddle helped as well, too. But Tyreek was the front runner on all of it. I think Miami's going to be a super scary team next year if Tua Tagovailoa can be healthy.
Here's the thing. If he goes into the playoffs and starts this weekend and he gets concussed again, his career might be done.
Yeah.
He's got to really consider if it's worth it going in there one more time.
Well, I mean, his brother who plays for Maryland right now, he's been hurt constantly, too. He got hurt against Michigan in week 3, and he got hurt.
If he gets
for
5
week
in
7,
one
hasn't
season,
played.
everyone's going to be like, you can't play no more. So,
I mean, it's just like hockey players. They have a minimum of 4 concussions. Sidney Crosby has 8. In his whole entire 15-year career, he has 8. And he still plays to a high caliber. So, football's a little different, though, because you're constantly getting hit. The Raiders will give Josh Jacobs a big contract and continue to suck.
well,
kind
here's,
of.
I
agree, but I mean, I
they
think he'll be
publicly said, the Raiders publicly said that they're going to be going for Tom Brady this year or at the offseason. So that'd be pretty wild. They get Brady.
Devontae Adams, Hunter Henry.
I think that's a pretty good team with Brady next year.
Hunter
But I'm not
Renfrow,
saying
sorry.
like scorch earth because of Brady's age, but a playoff team for sure.
I don't think Tom is going to win another Super Bowl as long as he plays. I think he just needs to retire and go and get his $100-something million contract with Fox.
You're probably right, but I would never bet against Brady in any circumstance. It's just one of those things. So.
I mean, like, look at Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice.
I've been saying it for years. He's not going to do anything, and then he goes to Tampa and wins 1. He's won 6 with New England.
Well, I mean,
It's just like
no.
that guy is. I wouldn't be shocked. Well, I'd be kind of shocked if he won another one, but
He hasn't thrown for 50-yard bombs since 2 weeks ago when he threw 2 touchdowns to Mike Evans for a 45 and a 50-yard bomb to him. And I'm looking and watching Tom Brady play because he's on Thursday night, Sunday night.
Brady has the
Monday
A
night.
plus intangibles that I don't think anyone can match. He brings a Super Bowl pedigree.
I agree.
Massive
But here's-
leadership.
So here's the thing.
I think any team he goes to is going to be a playoff contender.
100%. But the problem is this, though. Is he still going to have the same team when he goes over to the Raiders? You have Devontae Adams. Yes, great. Congratulations. You have Darren Waller. He's going to love Darren Waller. But do they have Chris Godwin? Do they have Russell Gage? Do they have somebody like Julio?
Well, they got your
that
boy
can go and play?
Jacobs, possibly.
But that's a running back. I'm talking about the receivers for him to throw to. He has 3 receivers to throw to. He normally throws to multiple at a time.
Adams is a great start.
100%. I'm not.
Darren Waller.
Look, no, take those out. I'm saying he has 3 receivers right now that he throws to. Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, and of course Devontae Adams. But he throws to multiple receivers per game. Yeah. Every single one of his wide receivers always have 3 to 4 receptions with under 50 yards or either over 50 yards. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, like, who else are they going to build if they sign Josh Jacobs to a massive contract?
You could find a middle-of-the-road receiver and plug him in there, and he's going to make him work.
I mean,
I just don't see why.
Oh, so you're saying like a T.Y. Hilton kind of guy for
Yeah,
for
it could be
Dallas type
anyone.
thing?
Like, guy that. Who is that? Christian Kirk this year?
Christian Kirk, 3 years, $73 million. I love
I
it.
mean, he goes to Jacksonville. His
he
career was
balled
nothing.
out.
Yeah, he was amazing. I could definitely see him having that kind of impact on someone
He
like
balled
that.
out too in Arizona, but they just didn't use him to his
Makes
type
him
of
kind
ability that he
great
needed.
Slot receiver.
Yeah.
Bam, we're off to the races.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Brady has a $400 million contract with Fox. He ain't going to the Raiders.
He's going to push that off as long as he can.
Oh, that's right. He signed a 13-year deal, $400
but
million, right?
When he retires, and obviously his marriage doesn't matter in that sense anymore. He can play as long as he likes. I fully expect him to play one more year at least.
I agree 100%. Defensive Player of the Year, no question, no talk, no conversation. Micah Parsons, 23 votes. That's insane. 23 votes. Who else would you put in this category?
For Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah. I mean,
I got to think about it for a second.
I don't really have anybody else besides Micah Parsons. I mean, if J.C. Jackson was healthy, sure. But J.C. Jackson isn't healthy. We would have another player up there. No one has done as much as what Michael Parsons has for the Dallas defense. He's everywhere. He's linebacker. He's in the nickel set. Nick Bosa just came back from injury. There's no way that Nick Bosa should be even a part of that conversation. I mean, yes, he is a sack master, but
I think Bosa,
he didn't play this year.
Yeah, he played a bit this year.
But
You're
he's been
thinking
hurt
of his
for
brother.
like 7 weeks.
His brother was hurt. Joey Bosa was hurt.
I thought Nick was the one that
Nick was banged up a smidgen, but he wasn't. Let me see real quick.
Or was it Joey? I think it was Nick that was hurt the whole time.
I mean, Nick Bosa had 17 and a half sacks this year.
So it was Joey.
I'm going to go with consensus with this one because...
No, it was Joey because he just came back last... Yes, it was Joey Bosa. Yes, Joey is back now.
Let me see here real quick. Oh, you didn't do that thing for me, Google. It was just popping up the stats on top here right away.
Yeah,
I mean, sacks isn't necessarily
everything.
the be-all, end-all of all stats. But Bosa definitely had more sacks. That's a tough one. You know, who's that guy from San Francisco, their middle linebacker? I should know because I have to go against these guys all the time. This is not great entertainment here, but I'm trying to make sure I get this. Oh, Fred Warner.
Fred Warner's a good one. I like that one too. Yeah, Fred Warner would be a good match for this, but again,
I would just stick with consensus by most of the people and say that Parsons probably did enough to get that one there.
Let's talk about Offensive Rookie of the Year. Number 1 is Kenneth Walker with 12 votes. Then you have Dameon Pierce with 10. Then you have Chris Olave with 2 votes.
Yeah, I kind of see what's going on. I would say Walker. I really pretty much sparked the Seahawks after Rashad Penny went down and was electric till he got hurt for a couple of weeks. And he's come back and been really not as good, but still very impactful for what Seattle's done. I mean, our rookie class has been phenomenal this year. I was telling David earlier, though, if Breece Hall didn't get hurt, I think he would have been the number 1 guy. It's unfortunate because I had him on fantasy.
Offense, not
but
defense,
he was great. He
offense.
was really good. He actually made the Jets' offense worth watching. And as soon as he went down, it's just been a nightmare for him. So I would, if Breece Hall played the whole season, which he didn't, so we got to keep that in mind, I would go with Breece here. But I think Kenneth Walker's done enough this season. And it looks like really the lead back for Seattle for many years coming up, which is very exciting.
I mean, Hall's amazing, but it's an ACL tear. And if you watch Saquon Barkley, Saquon had the same problem, and it was just a reoccurring.
It's a bummer because he's probably going to be out for. He probably won't be quite the same even next year. It's the year after.
Yep.
With an ACL, so.
I mean.
It's kind of a bummer, though.
Yeah.
But as a Seahawks fan, I will take the Kenneth Walker one.
I agree. 100%. Now, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Sauce Gardner's number 1 with 19 votes. Then you go down with Woolen that has 4 votes, and then you have Brisker that has 1 vote. Now, where's Adrian Hutchinson at? Dude had 3 interceptions in 1 game with 4 sacks in 1 game.
I think he should be in that top 3. But I think Sauce is definitely the number 1 for defense.
Sauce is a monster.
He's a guy that's going to be in the league for 15 years and just always talked about as one of the best players in the league. He's just already commanded it.
He's a Deion Sanders of our generation.
Yeah, he's incredible. The Jets hit a super duper home run with this guy. Whether his career ends in New York is a whole different story. You know how that goes. But he's been a lockdown guy, and they're few and far between in today's football. So I think he definitely deserves it.
I agree. Comeback player of the year. Number 1 is Geno Smith with 10 votes. Saquon Barkley with 7. Christian McCaffrey with 5. Derrick Henry with 2. Get Derrick Henry off this list. Stop showing me Derrick Henry. Stop it. I'm done with Derrick Henry. I'm done listening to Derrick Henry.
I don't know what comeback player of the year means. Now, Geno didn't come back from an injury. He just came back from being a bench player for his entire career and had a great season. If injury doesn't matter, then yeah, I give it to Geno for coming out of nowhere. If it was injury, if that really meant after an injury, then Saquon for me.
100%.
Just one of those things.
I mean, I like the Geno Smith pick. The only reason why I like the Geno Smith pick is because he did take a back seat for quite some time. And now he comes over to the Seahawks, and everybody in the beginning of the year was saying no.
Yeah, everyone, I mean, like, it was hard to be like, yeah, I thought Minshew would have been great.
I feel it too.
I even flutter around the idea of Baker, because I haven't seen anything from Geno other than playing a couple of games for Russ last year, which he did okay, but he didn't win them. And then to have this season, God, I think really just beating Denver in that first week really set the tone for Seattle 100%. Going forward this year. What a story. Geno, please, Seattle, please re-sign him. 2-year deal, whatever we need to do to have him start next year and hopefully put a rookie QB on the bench and let him learn from it.
Yep.
He really commands the room. Geno's been awesome. I can't say enough good things about him. He must be having the time of his life right now.
I agree 100%.
And he's about to get paid, buddy.
I know. But how much is the question? We know he's not going to get more than a 3-year deal.
Well, he might get the franchise tag. And if that's the case, that's 30, 40 million right there for 1 year.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now, let's look at Coach of the Year. I know it's not really that big of a deal. To me, I could care less. But Philadelphia Eagles coach is number 1 right now with 10 votes.
I disagree. Just straight up disagree. My pick would be Brian Daboll. To turn around a New York team that no one was talking about beginning of the year, bringing a new coach, Daniel Jones, you got to get rid of him. No skilled players really at all. Just a ragtag team.
Jim, Denver winning Week 18 hurt the Seahawks.
Just a little bit. We saw a top 5 pick. I'm very appreciative that Denver did all the tanking for us this year, though. It's been nice.
I think that's what Russell Wilson got paid extra from Pete Carroll to do.
Yeah.
Seahawks were probably like, yo, here's another $10 million. Just go throw the games.
Start sabotaging them.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Yeah, just give me a better...
I would go Daboll, Carroll.
Okay.
And then
Mike
Sirianni.
McDaniel. Really?
Yeah, he's had a great year with Philly.
You put Nick Sirianni number 3?
Yeah. He's deserving. It's just I think Daboll did what he did with the Giants. I mean, where no one was talking about Carroll. I mean, like I've heard people saying 3 to 4 wins this year at all. We're 9 and 8. I think he did a hell of a job too.
Let's talk about this. What about Dan Campbell taking a crappy Lions team and moving them to a winning season?
I think he should. I think he deserves to be in that top 5, top 6. Unfortunately, the team really floundered in the beginning of the season and then really turned it on, like super scary coming at the end. Trust me. I'm talking to a super Detroit fan over here. You got to be excited about next season.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't fix all this.
I think he had a great. I really like Dan Campbell. And I mean, like to watch the Detroit play Green Bay this Sunday when they had nothing on the line, nothing to lose, and just play balls to the wall, man. It was awesome to watch.
Man. Watching the Lions play now is gonna be a lot entertaining. But here's the thing, though. It's always in the beginning of the year. We watch the Lions. They lose. They either win 1 out of 4 games or they win 2 out of the 7 games. Yeah. That's the thing.
Doug Peterson's a pretty good one too, bud. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. But I think anyone would look like an all-star after Urban Meyer's debacle last season.
Yeah. But I do like that one too. Doug Peterson.
He deserves to get a little love as well.
Now, what do you think the fine should be for Green Bay for pushing the athletic trainer?
Oh, that guy. What was his name?
It was Walker.
Walker was his last name.
It started with a Q. I can't remember his first name, but I know his last name is Walker.
I've never heard of him before until that game.
And then number 95 comes up.
Quay Walker?
Yeah. And then number 95 comes up and bumps the...
I was really... Okay, so I remember this play because we were all watching this at the bar.
But look at the video.
I know. So we're watching this play live at the bar. There's lots going on here.
Oh, God. Here we go.
They throw a flag, and I'm not sure. It looked like one of the Green Bay's players, not the guy that got ejected, threw that running elbow, clothesline at the guy, and I thought that's what it was for. And it shows that this Clay Walker guy comes up while they're checking on the dude that got clothesline, and he pushes one of the trainers on the ground.
Swift got clotheslined by number 95, and then 95, after the push, comes up and chest bumps the athletic trainer. Get out of here, man. And then you walk back to the locker room. I didn't do it. Crying like a little baby back. Dude, get the hell out of here. Stop flipping being a damn crybaby.
I'll help him mature after he takes this public shaming. But he was actually playing really well. I was very happy that he got kicked out of the game because he was having an impact on defense for them
100%.
During that game. And him just to push the trainer over. It's like, hell yeah. Good job, buddy. Get yourself out of here. This is phenomenal.
Yep. So let's look at the AFC and the NFC playoff run. Carson, do you want to do the honors of the NFC?
Yes.
I got it right here for you.
Now,
I'll do the AFC.
How about you set up the matchups and we can go to the slides? Give me just a moment. Oh, yeah, friends. 1 second.
You're going to the bathroom?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll take about a 5-minute break. How about that? See you guys in a minute. right, guys. So sorry about that. We are back. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe because we're doing a big giveaway on February 28th. That is going to be blasted here shortly. So we're going to let every single person know, man, what we're doing so that you guys can all get an opportunity to win an autographed jersey. We're doing 2 giveaways, so it'll be 2 autographed jerseys. So make sure you guys are all subscribed and you like and the whole 9 because that's what we're doing. So Carson, go ahead and start us off with the NFC, and then I'll start with the AFC. We'll just name them real fast, and then we'll go over to the screen.
Okay. So if you had not been living under a rock lately, your playoff picture is going to look like this. We got a wild card round. We got the Dolphins visiting Buffalo in Buffalo. The 2 versus 7. Mm-hmm. Our 3 versus 6 in the AFC is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals hosting the Baltimore Ravens in a divisional rematch. Mm-hmm. And then to cap it off for our first week, we're going to have Los Angeles Chargers on the road against Jacksonville Jaguars, who managed to win their division, so they get a home game.
Yeah, 100%. We got the Eagles, number 1 at 14-3. They are on a first-round bye. Then you go down to number 7 versus number 2, the Seahawks, 9-8 versus the 49ers, 3-4. That's going to be a tough game for both teams. They're both division rivals, and we got 2 division rivals, the Bills and the Dolphins and Seahawks and the Niners. And then we go down to number 6, Giants 9-7-1 versus the 13-4 Vikings at the Vikings inside. Then you got the Cowboys at number 5, 12-5, and you got the Bucks 8-9. That's so weird to me that the Bucks get home field advantage with a losing record. That is so insane. I know, but that's still.
You're not gonna hear me complain because we were 7-8 or something along those lines, or no, 7-9. Hosted a game against the defending champs Saints, and that's a Beastquake game where we won. Yeah, no right at being in there, but
all right, guys, we're gonna show our screen right now. Can everybody see the screen? Let me know if you can see the screen. I'm pretty sure you guys can see the screen. Perfect, they can see the screen. I can see it now. It takes a couple of seconds on YouTube to show up. All right, Karsten, let's hop into it, my man.
Okay. At the top, it's just basically, I just did historical records between the teams, get a little context. I don't, teams, the players change, but the teams are always the same. So I think it's pretty fascinating to see how rivalries and matchups have been going for the last. Now, all these records that are on screen are post 1966 when it officially started the Super Bowl era. So, if you see some records and you're like, well, that's off a little bit, I didn't count anything below 66. So just keep that in mind. With the Chargers in Jacksonville, we got the Chargers have lead the series all time 9-4 against the Jaguars. This is the first time that the Jaguars and Chargers have ever played a playoff game. And the Jaguars beat the Chargers in week 3 this season, 38-10. So this should be a good matchup. I think it's going to be more of a... if you're looking like betting perspective, this is a coin flip. Very scary game to put your money on. I could see it going either way. We got 2 great young QBs. They're going to start defining themselves as... basically their legacy. I really don't like that word, but really they are like. This is Lawrence's first playoff game, and I believe it is Herbert's as well. So a lot on the line here. The Chargers are 6-2 in wild card games all time, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are 4-2. We also noted that the Chargers are 6-7 on the road in playoffs all time, and Chargers are 3-0 in the playoffs on the road in wild card games all time. So, so they've never lost in this position before, where the Jags have never lost in this position either, being 2-0 and 3-1 at all time at home as well. So they've had a pretty good track record as far as in being in the spot. If you're a gambling person, your point spread is Chargers minus 1.5. The money line, which just means pretty much whatever team you wanted to pick straight up, is negative 125. And you can see exactly how much you were. If you bet $10, you would win 18. And your total scoring, this game is going to be 47 combined. Which, what do you think?
I mean, here's the thing. If Mike Williams plays this game, the Jags are in a little bit of trouble. If he doesn't play, which it looks like he is going to play, then I think that the Jags have a good opportunity to win here. Trevor Lawrence is still young. I get it that Justin Herbert is still young too, but Justin has been in a position like this before. I would have to go with, to be honest, I'm gonna go the Jags on this one. I mean, statistically speaking, the Jags are 2-0 at the playoffs against home in a wild card game of all time. I mean, I'm looking at the stats here, and the facts that are telling me is that Jacksonville is going to have, well, I mean, the Chargers are 3-0 in the playoffs, 2 on the road.
Something's got to give. I really think
oh, man. Here. I was just about to go to the Chargers to start talking.
I like the Chargers.
I'm going with the Jags.
I think they're thinking at the right time.
I would do the plus 1.5, and I would do the Jacksonville Jaguars money line as well. I would do the under in this game just because 47 points. I mean, I think the game is going to be 24-21. I don't think it's going to get to 47.
An extremely high scoring game.
Unless they decide to come out and throw that 30-point game that they had in the beginning of the year against the Chargers. But then again, I don't think it's going to be that way because everyone's healthy now. Everyone's back.
Yeah, I mean, that is week 3. It played a while ago.
So if Mike Williams plays, the Chargers are going to have a better opportunity. But right now I'm looking at it, and it doesn't. It seems like that Mike Williams is going to play. But then again, I got to go with Jacksonville on this one. I think Jacksonville has a lot more to prove than.
Yeah, I want Jacksonville to kind of win. I think that's pretty cool. However, I think the Chargers are going to clip them just by a smidgen. It's going to be a very tight game. It's a very exciting matchup.
I agree. Yeah, I got to go with the Jags. Right here, 100%.
Oh yeah. Hang on.
All right, let's go back. Now, let me just say something real fast because I'm sick of seeing Baltimore in there, and they don't even deserve to be in there. They literally win by the skin of their teeth every single week, and it drives me insane.
You know, this one, you can look at all the records. You can look at anything you want. Until we know if Lamar Jackson's playing or not, it's going to be really hard to say one way or the other. No, if Lamar doesn't play, I go Bengals all day on this game. All day.
Lamar's going to play, but they're not going to win. Baltimore's not going to win either way against this Bengals offense. Their defense is starting to show up too. I personally believe that the Bengals are going to win.
Now, historically, after doing all the numbers here, it would be hard to choose against Baltimore. Being in this spot, they're really good. They're 6-0 in the playoffs on the road in wild card games. So, they've never lost in this spot before. However, records are meant to be broken. It'd be hard pressed to pick against Cincinnati. They've been humming. Joe Burrow is really the man now. If there was any doubt last year, he's definitely proven that he's going to be one of the top guys.
So here's the thing about Baltimore. I'm looking at their conference championship games. They are 2-2, but they're 2-0 in the Super Bowl. They have division rounds. They're 4-7 out of the 11 games that they have played. Yes, I know that. I don't think that this Baltimore's offense has all of the weapons that they need in order to win a Super Bowl. If they re-sign Lamar Jackson, they have to go out and get him an offensive line and also another receiver and some defense. That's what this Baltimore team is missing. Offensive line and a defense. That's what they're missing. That is they're literally their key here.
I strongly pushing for. I think that Cincinnati's gonna win. But I figured coming in this, I was gonna pick historically, so I'm gonna go with Baltimore, pulling off the upset here.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I think you're right, to be honest with you, but
they are literally 3-0 in their conference championships. One of those is with Burrow. They're 0-3 in their Super Bowl appearance. They've never won a Super Bowl.
Well,
but
that's hard to gauge. If we're just,
I like them better in this predicament.
No, they're horrible in the wild card round. They're 2-8 all time. And Baltimore's 6-0. So yeah, if you're looking like historical, it says Baltimore all day, but that doesn't have anything to do with this season.
I'm taking the over in this game at 43.5 points.
Whew.
I'm taking Bengals money line if I chose that, and I would honestly take Bengals -6.
Okay, I'm gonna go point spread that the Ravens keep it close. Money line, I would go Bengals. Over or under 43. That's not that much.
47 was high.
For Baltimore to keep it.
I think
Baltimore 6. This would have to be an under.
I think Baltimore's going to score more than 17 points. I think that the Bengals are going to score right about 24 to 28. You got to think that Jamar Chase is healthy. He's going to come out firing. Joe Burrow isn't going to lose another Super Bowl if he goes.
Maybe.
Yeah, but
So let's see. You got Jacksonville, and you got Cincinnati. I like it. Like I said, let me just make all these picks based off the numbers I ran up here.
Historic.
I'm going Baltimore.
You're going Baltimore. I'm going
I'll never
Bengals.
say that this is what would happen, but we all know this season. I'm going to probably eat egg on that, but because I actually think Cincinnati's going to win. But
so I got the home team so far. You got both away teams.
Yeah,
did you say?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah.
They have to re-sign Lamar, but Burrow's gonna break the bank. Oh yeah, I agree. Wait, did I do that right? Yes, I did. Okay. So our number 3 game on the list for the AFC side.
Oh yeah, we got Dolphins, Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say that I think highly of the Miami right now, limping into the playoffs the way they did. I actually kind of wanted to see Pittsburgh in this spot, to be honest with you. I thought they were playing better. Nice gritty team. Where Miami, we just don't know if Tua's going to play. And even if he does, that's a tall task to go into Buffalo. Buffalo's incredible at home in the playoffs all the time. They're 12-1. They do not lose in these spots very often. So to make quick work of this one, there's no way you're getting me off the Bills. I would take Bills with the spread, 10.5. I'd take Bills on the money line, and I would take the total over for Buffalo. I think they're just going to whoop the floor of them.
So I'm going to take Miami plus 10.5. I'm also going to take the Bills money line if I chose. Here's the thing about the over and under. Will Stephon Diggs have 2 touchdowns, Dawson Knox have 1, and Gabriel Davis just have a blowout yards, and Devin Singletary has something?
I think if you like the point spread at 10.5, minus 10.5, then you probably would like the over 44.5. That tells me that they're gonna.
Well, I'm gonna have the point spread Miami. I'm gonna do the plus 10.5. I do want it to go over because I don't think that Buffalo is going to be able to contain Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill all at once. I think that it's gonna be a high scoring game.
Well, I think it's gonna be 44. Negative 9.5 now. But this is what I pulled off the internet today. shoot, 9.5. I love Bills even more. If you give me another point and another full point,
I would still do Miami at 9.5 though. Like I would still pick Miami plus 9.5. That's just too big of a spread. This isn't college. You know, like if it was college football and it was Alabama playing Louisiana Birmingham Tech Community Cultural College.
I think the only way that the Miami covers is if Tua plays. If you put Teddy Two Gloves out there, I don't remember who the third string guy is played last week. It doesn't matter.
They had their fifth string in.
Well, great. If he shows up and goes into Buffalo, he's getting his ass kicked. Let's just be honest. Like it's, to me, it's Bills all the way. Unfortunately, that's why you don't pick the money line in this situation, because you're going to win like next to nothing for how much money you're putting down.
Yep. 100%.
I think it's just one of those. And Miami was in better shape. Not limping in. I think you could maybe make a case for it. But I just cannot see Miami going there and beating Buffalo in Buffalo. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be crappy. Buffalo might be probably still playing super inspired with the injury to their player there. I don't have much to say much more about this other than look. We can all see where Buffalo's 0-4 in the Super Bowl. We all know what happened there.
Oh.
Those poor bastards.
Yeah.
Ran into Giants. That was their best chance to win one. Get beat by a field goal.
I mean, I do have the Bills winning, but the money line, if I'm placing a $200, $300 bet, I'm doing the money line. That's just so much to have. I have to do the plus 9.5 or plus 10.5.
Yeah, I mean, I was still thinking about the Super Bowl. Then they played Washington the next year. Mark Ripken. I mean, not just a journeyman historically, kicks their butt, and then they go back-to-back losses to Dallas in blowout fashion. Real painful. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Buffalo get a title after having to put up with all that.
Yep. 100% agree. All right, guys, next one on our list, we're going to go over to the AFC. Let's get... NFC. Or NFC. So sorry. Did I really just say that? Damn it. Shit.
It's okay, buddy.
Going over to the NFC. Here we go. We got the Dallas Cowboys versus the Bucks. Man, I really would think that Dallas would be at home for this. That's so sad. I think that's BS. 100% BS. Having Dallas away. I hope that they stomp the Buccaneers.
I don't think that's going to be the case. I really don't.
Really? You think that the Bucs are going to come out and be able to compare to defense and defenses? Because this is going to be a defensive game. It's not going to be an offensive game. It's going to be a defensive game. It's going to have to be a defensive game.
Give me Tom Brady all day. He's going to find a way. And is this set up that way? Dallas looked like crap against Washington this last week when they played their starters. It's Tom Brady, man.
Well, Washington had nothing to play for, so they're just out there just having a grand old time. Sam Howell, what a damn beast that kid is. Who would have thought that Sam Howell, the rookie, would come out and beat the 12-4 at the time Dallas to give them their 5th loss of the year? Who would have thought that this man would love Terry McLaurin so much and give him an opportunity?
I think everything's pointing towards Dallas winning this game, but I really do think the Bucs already beat them once this year somehow. I hate that it's so simple sometimes in me, but I think Tom Brady's going to do it. They get this home game. They're doubted. Everyone, their moms, thinks Dallas is going to win. I think Tampa's going to go in there and lay it to them.
I mean, they are 2-0 in the Super Bowl. They did win with Mike Allstott. They did win with Lynch. And was it Mike or Joe Johnson? I think it was Joe that they won with.
Keyshawn was on that.
Well, Keyshawn Johnson was there too, but they're
that was 2002 against
their
the
quarterback,
Raiders.
Tiki Barber.
That's when John Gruden left the
or
Raiders
not Tiki,
to go
but
to
Rhonda.
Tampa and then played the Raiders in the Super Bowl and beat the brakes off them.
Yep.
Yeah, hard to compare the two teams. Tampa's been a major disappointment this year, to be honest. I thought they were going to be a lot better. However, I just kind of like them in this spot. I think Dallas is one of those, like, always looks good on paper. But, what would they say? Like, they're emotionally inept. Like, they just never show up for games that they're supposed to win, and I don't see this being any different.
Yep. I mean, the money line, the spread, the over and under, that looks really scary.
Yeah, you're right. Dax has a real problem at throwing picks. He didn't even play the whole season.
Yeah.
Had the most this season. It's not a good sign for him.
100%, man. The guy has the most interceptions in the league. So
the argument they say is that the best QBs are going to throw the most because they play the most and they're more aggressive. But I don't. To lead it after missing a handful of games, and Cooper Rush looked like he was just as good as he was for a short period of time. Even if the Cowboys manage to get past the Bucs, I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl this year. Sorry, Dallas fans. Sorry.
No, I agree 100%.
I'm not a Dallas. You guys suck.
So, Dallas with the spread -3. I'll take that all day. Money line, I'll take that all day too. The over and under, I'll take the under. That 45.5, that means I got to get 46 points. I know it's not hard for this team, but I think it's going to be a defensive game, so I'm going to have to pick the under.
See, what I've been saying, I got Tampa with 3 points. Going to cover. Money line, that's a good play if you're really into Tampa. You're bet $10, you win $22. Says you're 1.2 your cash for straight up betting was nice. 45.5. The over unders are scary to me. The only time I like over unders in the Super Bowl, and I always want the under in the Super Bowl. I promise you, it hits about 65% of the time. You get the two teams that are coming out of all this energy and they're ready to play, and it's low scoring, generally up to the halftime. That's usually a good bet. I'll take Bucs on the point spread, money line Bucs. Over under, I think for Tampa to win it, it's going to be an under.
Yeah. All right, let's move it on over to the New York Giants versus Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are at home. They're in the Dome.
This is a tough one. This is a really tough one for me. So they played twice in the postseason all time. The Vikings won them both. And I've heard a lot of people taking the Giants right now. However, I'm leaning towards Minnesota getting the win here.
I would be stupid.
Because I think if the Giants are close, then you're playing Minnesota, who's won like every game this year in a tight game. I don't foresee the Giants blowing out Minnesota in any fashion. And if it's a close game, Minnesota knows how to close out. I'm going to lean Vikings in this game. I know there's a lot of people saying New York's going to do it, and they possibly could. I definitely could see the Giants upsetting the Vikings, but if I had my money on the line, I'm taking the Vikings here.
So I'm looking and I'm thinking about this. I would be stupid to say the Giants. Back in probably week 5, I would say Giants for sure for how good they were playing. I do think that Daniel Jones is going to come out firing at all wills. But Saquon Barkley is also going to come out and be an explosive running back. Delvin Cooks is a hit or miss. He'll get you your 100 yards rushing, or he'll just get you 50 yards and a touchdown. I think what this Vikings offense needs is for Delvin Cook to start stepping up and start running the ball hard and stop doing 1 to 2 yards every carry. You need to start doing 5 to 10 yards every carry, 5 to 7 yards every carry. You know, it's like my dad always said, 3 yards I need every single time. I just need you to get me 3 yards. That's all I need. So
I think what's scary if you're betting against the Giants is that Dabo has proven to be an fantastic coach.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Really good. He doesn't have a lot to work with. He's got himself in this position. That would be worrisome if I was a Vikings fan, but I just think the Vikings have just been good enough to get past the Giants. And probably won't do much afterwards if they have to run in against San Francisco or Philly. But I think they're going to be good enough to clip the Giants and move on.
I'm going
to take away, even as we all know that they haven't been looking great, but they're still 13-4 this year.
You know, I'm going to do the Giants. I'm going to pick the Giants. I think the run game is going to be phenomenal for them. It's going to get them in close quarters to either do fourth in the red zone and then kick a field goal or get a touchdown possibly. If I had to choose here, I'm doing Giants plus 3.5, Giants money line, and I'm doing the under. I think the Giants are going to win this game. I do not think that they're going to lose.
I got the Vikings covering on the point spread. 3 is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Money line, if I like the Vikings, obviously I'm taking them to win. Which is pretty good odds, negative 154. So it says to bet 10, you'll win 16.5 there. So that's not a bad deal.
No.
To me, this is an under all day. I don't see this being a very high-scoring game. I could definitely be wrong, but more than likely, I think this is going to be like one of those 21-17 type games.
I guarantee. I mean, I agree, but I got to go with the Giants on that one. Let's move it on over to the Seahawks versus the 49ers. Man, who to pick? Carson, don't even try to have that conversation because we see what you're wearing. We already know what you're going to pick.
No. It doesn't mean that. Do I think if I'm looking at the point spread?
Yep.
I'm taking the Seahawks to keep it within 10, but I got the Niners winning still.
Wow.
It hurts me, but listen,
Wow, because I'm going...
Do I want any kind of credibility that when I'm talking? I can't be a super duper homer. Do I want Seattle to win? Of course I want Seattle to win. Do I think Seattle's going to win? That's a tall task. They've already beat the brakes off us twice. Now, at least the second game, we made it a little closer. It was 21-13, so we kept them in like 8 points. We're the only team, I heard this on the radio, we're the only team that gets to see Brock Purdy for the second time. So that might work a little bit of our advantage. The problem is I worry about Seattle maybe making a turnover and it starts to snowball the wrong direction. What Seattle really needs to do is get out there, get that touchdown right away and start putting pressure on Purdy to try to come back. I think that's the only chance we have is to get out a little bit of a lead here, 7 to 10 points right away, and just hang on for dear life.
Okay.
Playoffs. San Francisco, honestly, is one of the best playoff teams ever at home.
100%.
Which is really scary.
But here's also the thing, though. Yeah, I get it. They have Deebo Samuels, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Brock. But here's the thing, though. Known fact. Deebo Samuels is not the same as he was last year. Nor is he going to have an effect of this game. I'll tell you who's going to have the biggest impact of this game. It's Christian McCaffrey. If the Seahawks can stop Christian McCaffrey, the Seahawks got it. They're not going to be able to stop big, bulky DK Metcalf. Tyler Lockett is a speedster. Kenneth Walker is going to run down their throats. And on top of that, your tight end is starting to be one of the favorites on this team. I'm going Seahawks. Dude, I am literally going the Seahawks. I know everyone can sit here and say and make fun of me, be mad, whatever you want to say. I'm going Seahawks. I think the Seahawks have more to prove than what the San Francisco 49ers are. And if you watched the game last year, the 49ers won by the skin of their teeth every single game that they played when it came to the playoffs. I know that it was Jimmy G, but they have the same team without Christian McCaffrey that they have with him now. I do not see them doing what they do. Seahawks, baby. are going to win. What the hell is a Seahawk? I'll tell you what a Seahawk is, Karsten. The winning team is going to be the Seahawks. I'm taking Seahawks money line. I'm taking Seahawks plus 10. And I'm also doing the over in this game to make it more interesting.
Well,
I think that this is going to be
money line. You're getting plus 300. $10 to win 40. Whatever you throw down. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a great thing, but I trust me. All part of me want. I'm not going to write my team off. It's just realistically, I think we're going to get in some trouble against the Niners right now. But you know what? I think we have I think it's going to be closer than what people think, obviously.
I'm going Seahawks, man. I have to do it, man. I just think that the Seahawks have more of a powerful offense.
For all you out there, by the way, thank you. Thank you. We're in your debt for a minute, at least, until we play you next year.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, we got it. Forgot we're not on the screen.
Here we go.
This guy. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, Green Bay, for not showing up.
You are 100% welcome.
Thank you, Aaron Rodgers. Thank you.
Now,
I don't know how the hell we made it in the playoffs, but we did.
Now, my question is this. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl?
Okay.
Who do you have? Because I'll tell everybody.
AFC, Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to be in the Super Bowl. And then on the NFC side, I think it's going to be the Niners.
I got Eagles versus the Bills.
That's fine.
But here is also a scary thing to think of if everybody wants to listen. The NFC is wide open. You only have two teams in the AFC that have a possibility, Chiefs and Bills, 100%. The NFC side is just wide open. It could be anybody over there. It could be the Vikings, could be the Giants, could be Eagles, could be anybody. But I really do think that the Seahawks have a really good chance of winning this game. I think it's going to be Eagles versus the Vikings, and then Chiefs versus the Bills, and then the Bills are going to go to the Super Bowl. And out of the Eagles and Vikings game, wait, that can't happen.
Yeah, you picked the Giants.
Yeah, it can't happen because the Giants. I'm so sorry. Giants versus the Eagles.
You know what? I hope I'm wrong because I really don't want to see the Niners and the Chiefs again. I don't really care for either team. But if I had a gun put to my head, that's who I'm picking.
If I had a gun put to my head. So you're telling me right now, someone walks up to you and goes, "Who are you picking for the Seahawks and Niners game?" You're going Niners?
I'm going Niners, Chiefs. No offense to Philly. I just don't know if they can beat a game against the Niners. Even at home, that team's so stacked. It kind of reminds me a lot of the 2002 Ravens. Mm-hmm. We got Trent Dilfer running the show here. You don't really need a great QB if your team's that stacked around him. I think Adam McCaffrey was just a deal breaker there for everyone else. Oh. I'm going to actively be rooting against my pick consistently at every step of the way because the Niners suck.
Yep. Look, man, I'm going to go the Seahawks, so I have something to cheer for and to be happy for.
Well, me too, buddy.
So I'm going Jags, Cincy, Buffalo, Dallas, New York, Seahawks. So I got 3-3. I got 3 at home, 3 away. And the funny thing is that all the NFC teams are away that I want to win, and all the AFC are at home.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. I don't really care who wins against the Giants in Minnesota. I think that's pretty cool that either one of them gets a little further. Obviously, Seattle, I didn't even mention that. I want Tampa to beat Dallas because I can't stand Dallas, and I think they're actually going to win.
Right.
Buffalo, there's no chance Miami beats Buffalo this year. I think Baltimore could pull the upset on Bengals. I don't think that's a guarantee right there at any stretch, especially if Lamar plays. Then, man, they're going to have a game on their hands. That is not a great 3 seed or a 6 seed to be seen in the first round. Charger Jacksonville, I promise you that is the biggest coin flip. I couldn't tell you don't bet that game. Stay far away from it because either team could win that game easily at this point. I don't know if home field really matters. It's just two teams that haven't been there in a while. To start QBs doing their first round in the playoffs for their career. Whew.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick that one. If I had to, I'd take the Chargers. I had to, but I wouldn't pick it.
Well, I mean, you did say what? Chargers, Ravens, Miami?
No, Buffalo.
Buffalo? And then you're saying Tampa, Minnesota, 49ers.
Yes.
Wow.
And I hope I'm wrong on that last one.
I hope you're wrong, too, because I want the Seahawks to stomp their ass.
Now, if Seattle pulls off the David and Goliath win this weekend, then I will be saying that they're going to beat anyone next week. So be prepared for that.
All right. Well, all right, guys, that includes everything that we were talking about. That discloses our show. I guess congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs, even though I didn't even watch that game because it wasn't that important because I thought it was going to be a blowout anyways, and I was right. I mean, 56-7. I don't like college for that reason. I think college should be played the best.
I think next year is going to be more exciting when they expand the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy.
I'm really sick of seeing the same teams. That would be the argument why you would watch that game last night with TCU, but honestly, I just didn't care.
Yeah,
I didn't care.
I had no business.
We live in the Atlanta area, and I still don't care. I'm sure there was a lot of parties and stuff last night, but
a lot of people went to jail. I saw.
A lot. I would imagine. People get wild out here.
I know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. They sure as hell do love their college football, but they hate their NFL team.
You know, it's weird.
That damn Tater right there taking over. I love the Braves, though. I wish that we didn't have a basketball team. We had our hockey team back. Because I want to go see a hockey game, man. I really want to go. Tennessee is so far.
I've never seen the NHL in person.
No? Oh, I'm taking you to Tennessee then. We're going to go watch the...
Seattle just got a team last year for my life. So
I wanted to actually go watch the Krakens play because I want to see the new team play. I haven't seen Las Vegas Knights play yet in person, but I've seen them on TV a couple of times. But, I mean, I have seen a lot of hockey games, like a lot, because I'm a Detroit Red Wings fan, man. That's a hockey team. That's hockey there.
Shout out to Seattle, by the way. The first time ever that the Mariners and the Seahawks made the playoffs in the same year.
Mm-hmm. Now it's time for the Krakens to
make it 3-0.
Well, they're on the path.
They're doing all right.
They need to figure it out, though. They need to figure out their penalty minutes because that's what's killing them.
A pleasant surprise, I would say at that. I wouldn't know too much other than that.
Well, all right, guys. Everyone have a great day. Remember, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Don't forget, guys, we are doing a giveaway. 2 autographed jerseys, but you have to be subscribed and you have to like and you have to comment. Remember that because we will go back and look to see if you are subscribed. That's the only way you get these jerseys. We will be pulling names out of a hat. And then we will be going back live to go ahead and announce the winners and open them live. So everyone be ready. Karsten, my man.
Yeah, buddy.
You all set?
Yeah. It's weird doing a show like this, guys. Not in a bad way. I don't want to be like saying it's weird. It's just like trying to find the balance between using stats and not using stats.
Yeah.
It seems to work sometimes, and it seems not to some others.
I mean, it is hard though, man. You know, like I do try to speak factual. Sometimes the stuff that I say, yes, can get like a little like crazy out of hand, but just remember, I really honestly sometimes don't believe what I said. Like when I said I'd pick Jalen Hurts over Patrick Mahomes, to be honest with you, I would pick Patrick Mahomes to start a franchise, not Jalen Hurts, and that was on the last show we did.
No, but that's what keeps this interesting.
I know, 100%.
And it gives me that face at you every time.
I know. Pretty soon, guys, we're going to have a new look on the show. So this was our first year. new year, new look for us. I'm excited to show everybody the new look.
We're going to be facing each other.
Yep, we're going to turn the desk this way. We're going to have 2 cameras on us. We're going to have a green screen behind us too with the logo. We'll be able to change the logo every so often so that you guys can see also who we're talking about, what we're talking.
Oh, a green screen?
Yeah, I ordered 2 bucket lights, 2 green screens, 2 cameras.
That's exciting, guys. You put me right on a beach right now.
No, we would have like the emblem, the mafia, and then the mafia.
Yeah, but we just put up a beach. That's
Fine, I'll put you on a beach, Karsten. But you got to be
in one of those Corona commercials, hanging out with Snoop.
I want to hang out with Snoop, but I can't say on live TV why. I want to hang out with Snoop.
It'd be a fun time, that's for sure, guys.
You know what's funny, man, is that so I met Snoop in Vegas, and the casino's drug test every 6 months, so I wasn't risking it because I didn't know when mine was. It's just random. They just hit you up. I did meet Snoop one time, and I was in the poker room, and he was standing there, and he was smoking a blunt in the casino, and security walked past him. No one said anything. Police walked past him, dabbed him up, kept going, didn't say anything. I was like, huh. If it was any of us, we would be screwed. 100%. We would be in jail.
He's Snoop Dogg.
I know, man. It's so awesome. Snoop D-O-double-G. All right, guys. Well, everyone have a good one, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday, I believe, or next week sometime. We'll let everybody know what's going on. It's a little difficult to stay on type of schedule.
I think after the holidays were just a train wreck.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
So. I'm 100% ready to do next week. Well, a good. We're gonna have some results. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, 100%, man. We're gonna make
actually,
this.
Next week the divisional round is probably the best round out of the whole playoffs. To be honest, is when you start getting some of these real juggernauts starting to have to play each other.
100%, man.
4 games of it. So.
100%. All right, everybody. We'll see everybody soon. Have a good night. Be safe. Happy New Year. Merry belated Christmas. Later.